3 meetings this morning. Two of them were live meetings where I was in person, and one other was a Zoom meeting, and everyone on the meeting was complaining about today, Monday, and how they hated Mondays, and waking up. And most people that I talk to, and maybe you too, wake up already on Monday wishing it was Friday. Thinking that maybe they need a new job, this job isn't right, they need more money. Oh, wouldn't a vacation be great? And what about, like I'm thinking about those circumstances, right? Not enough money, the not enoughness, right? All the things. So a lot of people on Monday start that kind of process. And so I'm going to wait just a minute and see some folks that come on in and look at the title and we're going to talk about Mondays. And what about Mondays? Do you not like? Do you hate? And if Monday really, really is the problem, I got into it myself today. It's been, last week was really, really busy. And then I got up this morning and my son is back living with me, and he has a new job. And so I was helping him get to his job this morning, and there was traffic, and there was, then he was delayed and I was delayed. And then it became like everything fell on me at once, right? This person needed this person needed this person needed this. And it felt like I couldn't catch up. So that hate of Mondays, it became real to me too. So if you join in and you're like thinking that, I wish it was Friday already, just tell me what you think. I'm at my pool right now. Actually, I'm not my pool. I met with you guys live a couple of weeks ago, and I'm at one of my clients' house. I'm in real estate development, and one of my clients renovates high-end properties, and so he renovated this space, and it is very beautiful out here. It's hot though, and I'm hanging out at this space out at the pool talking to you at my client's house, as he has it for sale. If you vote that I take you on a tour of the house, let me know, and maybe I'll grab the phone and turn it around and take you a tour. It's a high-end house. It's like an $800,000 house. It's got a pool. It's got all the things, and he renovated it. And I'm staying here. Like I said, the Monday morning hit me of all the things, and many people, many people talk about how they hate Monday morning. Anybody on here doesn't like Monday morning, wishing it was Friday already, wishing, which country am I from? I'm from the United States. It's so illegal I should be in prison. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So anyway, I'm at his house while my son starts a new job, and like I was sharing while people were jumping on, I was doing the Monday I hate Mondays thing. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm in the traffic, and oh, it's Tuesday. Okay, you've made it through Monday. You're now in Australia and you're on Tuesday. Okay. So anyway, I was in the traffic, and I was thinking, oh man, it's Monday. And I hear that. Like I said, I've been on 3 meetings today, and people were complaining about it being Monday. And a lot of people, if you're one of those people, think, gosh, I wish it was Friday. I really need a new job. I wish I had more money. Oh God, wouldn't a vacation be great? Anybody up for that one? Send me a heart if you're on for that. I wish I had better circumstances. Like I lived in a nicer house. If I have to drive to my job, I wish I had a better car. All of those things. And I want to tell you something. Which profession? Well, I am a real estate developer, and the CEO of a company that develops real estate. And so we'll talk more about that and real estate and all the things. So which profession are you in? But on Mondays, a lot of people complain about it, hate it, have this thing in their pit of stomach on Sunday night when they have to go to their 9 to 5 the next day. And they're thinking, if it just wasn't Monday. But I want to challenge you with something right now. Oh, you're in high school. Okay, cool. maybe it isn't about Monday itself, right? Hey, you're a carpenter and a house builder. Okay, cool. That's way cool. Building houses and all the things. It's very, 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 very needed profession. So what if Monday isn't the problem? What if it's a symptom? What if it is? I want to think about this with you, because everything I know of has a purpose. If you think about God and his creation, he literally, everything in the creation of God in God's world has a purpose. Trees have a purpose. Rivers, waters, oceans have a purpose. Seeds in the ground, growing vegetables, growing fruits, they have a purpose. The stars in the sky have a purpose. The air you breathe has a purpose, so you can breathe. Trees give off oxygen, plus they give us shelter. Everything has a purpose. So why would we as human beings think that we would be different? I really, truly, with all of my being, and tell me if you agree with me on here, really believe that God created everyone with their own special set of gifts, their own special set of talents, their own special, their chemtrails. I guess they have a purpose too, right? Yeah. So God created all of us, each of us, with our own special gifts, talents, and things to bring to the world, so that we could make the world a better place. We could share God's love, all those things. And just to share a couple of scriptures with you, one of my favorites is the Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, and that's to bless you and to bring you forward. So the more the purpose, the more enjoyable life would be, right? If we find our purpose exactly right. And so a lot of I believe, and I've taught this to people and coached people in this, that a lot of the problem with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, life in general, complaining, feeling bad about how you live and where you live and what's happening in your life. Hey, I'm great. How are you? Is related to us disconnecting or being disconnected from that purpose, that divine purpose that all of us have, that is given to us, that was sort of commanded to us, provided for us, and we have our own wills, so we can disengage from it. That we have disengaged from our purpose, our God-given purpose, to use our gifts, to use our talents, and do all the things. So everyone has their own design, their own divine design. And a lot of us are feeling not happy with Monday, not because it's Monday, not because of the stuff that's going on in the outside world. It's because we're disconnected with our divine design. And I think that almost everyone, there's very few people that really spend the time to find their design, to find their divine design. And when you do, I don't know if there's anybody on here who feels those moments of grace, those moments of alignment with God, with their higher power, that just feels amazing and things feel easy, right? Like it feels like you can just conquer the world, that you're coming at things from a place of power. And really, when you are in your divine design, you are coming to the world in your true power. And most of us spend our time in fear and dread and all the things because we're disconnected from our design. So some signs that you might be living outside your own divine design is having constant dread, dreading the work you do, dreading going to school or going to meet family, just having lots of dread. Also, when you don't feel like excited about life, like excited about what you're doing, and you don't get a kick out of it. I mean, there's many entrepreneurs, me included, people ask me about retiring. And I never want to retire because I love what I'm doing. I mean, I think I'd be bored if, okay, whoever's doing all the things and the okays on here, if you could just stop, that would be lovely so other people can interact. Okay, so lack of enthusiasm, feeling trapped, and feeling like you just don't know what to do with yourself, and success that doesn't feel satisfying. I mean, even when you hit success, anybody have this experience? You do things and you have success at it. It goes well. You make money. You do the things, but it still doesn't feel great. You feel like you've got those golden handcuffs on, right? You feel like you are looking for something else, and they're really you to something else. It's marked by the idea of is asking yourself a lot. And oh, another day of work. So you anything. Well, listen today, because I'm going to try to give you some steps to take. I'm going to talk about a path that some exciting pieces. Wow, hi. Design. We think that when you have tons and when you have tons and tons of money, like that you would feel like all the things, right? But this can happen, this stuff about feeling dread. And now you make $40,000 because please subscribe, and if you hear something you like and you think somebody else might benefit from it, please share this. It just does my heart good. If I even touch one person today, oh, I'm buffering. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm buffering. But if it even touches one person today and does what I'm trying to get a better signal out here, let's see if we can do that. I don't know. We might have to come back on live if I am buffering. Sorry about that. So if it even touches one person today and one person gets help, thank you for telling me that, Shane, then I feel great. That is my purpose about doing this. And I want to share something with you. So for myself, you've seen, you're on my YouTube channel right now, right? You're on my live right now. And there's a lot of stuff on my channel about real estate. If you look at the introduction, if you look at what it's about, it's talking about business, it's talking about real estate. And for years and years and years, I have invested in real estate, more than 30 years, and I've done very, very well for myself. And I've also gone out and helped people learn how to do it themselves. And we'll talk about that here. That's not something I won't talk about. But after about 2 years of teaching this and working with people to help them grow their money situation and their real estate investments, I realized for myself that this wasn't just teaching about how do you get into real estate and teaching about what do you do. I can teach it all day long, but it wasn't fulfilling me. I was kind of starting to dread it, to tell you the truth. And I really went through this period of time where I was like, do I even really care about this anymore? I mean, I could go do my own projects by myself and just leave them be. Done pretty well on it, but maybe I don't want to do that anymore. And I started asking myself these same questions about what is this real estate that I'm involved in really about for me. And it became evident to me it's about having the money to do other things. That real estate for me, and teaching and talking to you, see how we're talking today, it's about purpose. It's about figuring out your vehicle. Real estate is a vehicle in my world to get to your real calling and to help you get better with your real calling. So real estate can be the money that provides you freedom, that allows you to do impact around the world, to build community projects. As a matter of fact, I have stopped investing people how to invest in real estate just to invest, just to, have lots of money and whatever. Okay. Don't have something that they're being called to, some divine design, some purpose that they want to utilize real estate, the money that real estate generates for them, to help them invest in their community and build community, whether that's around the world or locally, or help other people somehow, some way, their family, their legacy, or something like that. I don't have an interest in just teaching this to just teach it. I want this to go further and help people really discover themselves and their purpose and the possibilities for them, so they're excited about their life. And to help them utilize the money to create places and faces where other people belong. And it's a powerful, powerful distinction that I could teach all day long. How do you do the math? Thank you for telling me I'm pretty. I appreciate that. How do you do the math? How do you find a project? And I will teach that. But I want you to take it one step further and think about, what is my divine design here? What is my purpose? And how will making money help me get to my purpose? And this comes from me and my kind of like my own giftedness. I came into this world always, even from the time I was a little kid, talking to people about, what are your dreams? What do you want for yourself? I believe that's a God-given talent, a God-given theme that I was provided, a God-given gift. And I'm supposed to be out here in the world having this chat with you all, okay? So I would love it if you interact with me during this chat about your purpose. Do you feel, those of you that are on right now, do you feel like you know what your divine design is? Do you feel like you know your purpose and you're really working from purpose? Do you feel like, you're in alignment with what's God's calling for you, with what you're being talking about with the Lord, or with yourself, or your inner self, your inner love? Do you feel like you know it? Are you on point with your divine design? Most people aren't, and so I get to be part of that. And if you're liking this, please like and subscribe, share it with somebody else, because we want to talk about really funding, using avenues to come in and have more excitement. Somebody said earlier, I'm 55 and nothing excites me anymore. Well, this is what will excite you if you really get to your design, your purpose, and you're working from purpose. Money will come in, the feelings will come in, and the happiness will come in. You're not going to feel like you're just because you make a lot of money doing something that you're tied to it necessarily. And by the way, when you start to explore your divine self, your divine calling, your purpose, as they say, you don't have to you don't have to leave everything. You don't have to leave your job. You don't have to go do drastic things. And, you can allow yourself to learn more and more about it and know more and more about it, and still be involved in the world that you've created. So you don't have to leave and go sit on a mountain somewhere and meditate and have no income coming in, leave your job, all of those things. Now, you may want to, And I can certainly understand that. And there's a lot of people that I talk with, whether they're making like, $1 million a year or $20 a year, they want to do something else that will fulfill them. And that's what I want to be talking about. So I'm going to talk today about a process that I've used for years and years. I've used it with organizations. I've used it with people in general. People have specific needs, whether they're retiring, whether they're starting a new business. You've had money, you've built your own houses since you were 30. Great stuff. And so Shane, it might be time for you to be going like, so what else do I want to do right now? Do I want to go build houses in another part of the world, or does this fill me up? Do I want to build my legacy a little bit more? What does this look like? What am I going to do? What am I going to do to excite myself? And good on you that you've done that. So what I've done for years and years is taught people and taken people, organizations, through this process called the path. And what that is we start with what you want, what you really want, not by complaining about, well, by the way, if you're complaining and you're saying this is what I don't want, I don't want another day with not enough money. I don't want to drive the old crappy car I'm driving. I don't want to be lonely. I want, kids, and I want a husband, or whatever it is. Every time you say that, if you can catch yourself, because that is telling you what you do want. So if you would refocus it on if you say, I don't want another day of not enough money, what you're saying is, I want a lot of money. I want a lot of abundance. How much abundance, right? So that is giving you some clues about who you really are, what God put inside of you that's calling to you, and how to explore that further. So the first thing in the path process is that you find your North Star. And a North Star is that thing that pulls you. It's the concept that excites you. It could be 4 or 5 concepts. It could be travel in the world. It could be having millions and billions of dollars. It could be having 5 houses around the country that you travel to and stay in. It could be, I want to hear some of yours. I'm just, listing things right now. But it's that thing that you think about that just excites you. It might make you nervous and anxious too, because you're could be in the place where it's pulling at you so much. God is calling you so much that you're feeling a little bit of resistance, like, why don't I have this yet, right? So it's that stuff that excites you. It's that stuff that energizes you. So you say, I wish I could get into acting. Absolutely. Let's just call that a North Star, and let's just dream about that. I love that. What excites you? What would it be that when you get up, this is what the North Star is. So this is the first part of the path process. This is so important. And it should take you, if we're going to do a real process, it should take you a while to really think about this. What values are important to you? For me, it's family. For me, it's having fun. I want to have fun every ding dong day, all the time, right? If it's not fun, I don't want to do it anymore. Somebody said I'm 55 and nothing excites me. Just go find fun all day long and see what happens. And what energizes you? Me getting on here with you guys, and when you chat with me in real time and we have these real conversations about what I'm talking about, it super energizes me. And what keeps you wanting to show up? Like a lot of people are complaining about their Monday morning because they show up because they think they have to. Well, your North Star is about showing up because you love it. Showing up because the people are there that you love. Showing up because your heart just is happy while you're there. It could be gardening. It could be starting a business that you've always loved. It could be like Shane, who says, I wish I got into acting. It doesn't have to be a job, and it doesn't necessarily mean a title. It is your North Star. Think about, Jesus in the manger and the wise men. They were guided by that star, right? They had a direction. The North Star is your direction, your calling. What do you really want your life to look like? Every Saturday night in 1980, there was a Western movie on TV here in Australia. Okay, cool. Do you want to be in the Westerns? So this is something, your North Star is something you just can't turn away from. You want to, but it keeps pulling you back. And I'm going to tell you, in your quiet times, in your heart of heart, you are being pulled toward it. It is part of your divine design. So here's some ways to figure this out, because so many times what people want for us, what we think we have to do, what other people are saying, what other people might think gets in our way. So I want to ask you a question that'll help you get to your North Star. If money were not a problem, if you had all the money you needed, if it was already handled, what would a normal Tuesday morning look like for you? What would that, if money was handled, you were, you just had it, everything you needed in terms of money, you didn't have to go to that job, you didn't have to do this or whatever, like you tell yourself or other people tell you or whatever the thing is. If it was all handled, what would your Tuesday morning look like? Not Monday morning, Tuesday morning. Who would you be helping? I mean, you can type some of this stuff in. I'd help my kids. I'd stay at home. What would you create? Would you go sew? Would you go create? Would you go? For me, I would be with each and every one of you, and I'm not kidding you. I would do this process with you one-on-one, and I would have you so excited about your life, you'd be ready to either poop or cry. That's what I would do on Tuesday morning with money all handled and I could do everything I wanted to do. What would I create? I would create more joy in your life, truly. So what would you be doing? Who would you spend your time with? Where would you spend your time? Me, I'd be at this pool, I'd be on the beach, I'd be traveling. It just depends on, where I was. I'd also be speaking. I'd be on speaking tours. I'd be inspiring people. It just fills my heart. And I want the inspiration to be from God and not my ego. I want to touch one person at a time. And can you tell I'm really excited about it? This is what calls me. This is what calls me. Okay, here's the problem. Once you have some serious money, you need new friends with money because all your friends are at work. True, Shane, true. But you can find those other people, and you're going to find people. You truly can. If you want to, talk on a side link, just go to paulabcoaching.com and set up schedule a time to talk with me, and we'll talk about that, because I've encountered that too. Either your friends being at work or they're thinking differently than you think. You've thought in a certain way and you've taken actions in a certain way and you followed your heart and you followed your leads, your passion in a certain way, and they may not have. They might have just slogged along, or I don't know. Many times, that's what I experienced as a person that had friends at one level, and then I up-leveled financially, and I experienced that I think differently, especially as a CEO, as an entrepreneur. I do think differently. Spot on, right? So it's okay. There's other people out there, and you can, we can talk and we can figure that out for you, but you have it be led by what is it you want, because those people are going to be they're going to be the right people around what you want. Here's a for instance. I have some friends who have done very, very well in real estate investing, like extremely well. Some of them still have their 9-to-5 jobs, whatever, and they've started companies, they've started coaching because of the money that they've made. They're doing different things. But all of them get together probably about once or twice a year, and they go do mission work. They go build houses in other countries, and all these people are CEOs that are there. They're interested in helping other people who live in poverty. And so they get together with their money and their finances, and they talk a certain way. So depending on what you want, what's drawing you along, Shane, maybe the acting thing, maybe acting classes, you'll find other people who have this at the same level you're at, that speak a different language and think a different way. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so how would you spend your time? This is the North Star, okay? And here's a big mistake when you start to get into this work and you start to look at what it is that really draws you, really calls you, your divine calling. Most people try to figure out how they can get to what they want before they know where they want to be. Let me say that again. Most people try to figure out the how before they know where. So before they know the direction, that before they know what it is that's calling them, they try to figure out how to get out of their job, and they just end up in another job. They try to figure out how to get a husband, and they don't know what's so important about that relationship, or maybe work they need to do on the inside of them so it works, or whatever it is. And so then they are so focused on the how, they don't know the where, and that becomes a problem. So this is where the path comes in really great, because your North Star is the first point, and that answers your where. And then the rest of the path process magically answers how. So it puts together your where and your how. So the first part is, like I said, the North Star of where do you want to be? What do you want? What are your values? What draws you? What excites you? And then from there, you go to the very other side, the end of the spectrum, and you look at, where am I right now? What's your current reality compared to where you want to be? Okay, so let's say you're saying, let's give Shane as an example. I want to be an actor. I want to be bringing in $1 billion a year from my acting, career, and I want to 10x the income that I've already made from building houses, because I really love building houses. So that's a couple of things, right? In the North Star, that's exciting for him. And I hope I'm saying I hope you are, Shane. I'm just assuming. But anyway, so let's say you say that, right? And then you say, okay, I've said all this. I value family. I value having fun. I value being with other people who are speaking the same way I speak, the entrepreneurs, the people who have made money and all the things. Where am I right now in comparison to all of those items? So right now, I want an acting career. Do I have one? No, I've taken acting classes. Okay, so you write down, I have acting classes. So you take all of those points of what draws you, what excites you, all the things, and then you say very factually, no shaming, no, I haven't gotten this right, I missed the point, oh, I'm wrong, we love to do that. Just the facts, sir, just the facts, ma'am. I've got, I want $1 trillion, I've got $1 million right now. I want a wife, I am single, just the facts of compared to where you are. And the thing is about this, it's really magic, because most people skip this part. What they do is they start running and saying the how and and they don't take the time to go, well, okay, here's where I am, and get in the now. So some questions to ask yourself is, what is true for me today? What skills do I have? I mean, it's not just what do I have in terms of money, and what do I have, or how have I traveled. It's also, what skills? What am I really good at? Like me, I'm really good at talking. I'm really good at exciting, speaking to people and getting them to engage in their joy. I'm really good at real estate and real estate investing. So what skills do you have? And what resources do you have? Maybe you have $1 million right now. Maybe you have really great family support. And that leads you to what relationships you have. So you compare where you want to be, what excites you, to where you are now. And it's so important. I can't say this again too many times. You are not to judge yourself for where you are right now. I'm going to bring God into this conversation right here and now. God's poking me hard. Thank you for saying this is wonderful information. When we start looking at where we are right now, we want to go back and review the past, and we want to get our baseball bat out, beat ourselves up and say, well, if this didn't happen, if she wouldn't have left me, I wouldn't be divorced, all the things. And then we start feeling shame and we start feeling doubt. This is where you're going to go wrong. Your God is a God of now. It doesn't matter what happened before. It doesn't matter how many times you've lost money. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. This is just about awareness, okay? So now you've taken your North Star, you've gotten that going, and you have your where are you now, okay? So now what we do, we know where we are now, we know where we want to be, that is the where, and now we start to figure out the how, and we fill it in. So what do you need to learn to get from where you are now to where you want to be on these different points of what you want. Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to serve? Who knows something you don't know that you could find out? And then you're going to need to stay strong on this path too. So that's another part of the bridge here. Actually, the bridge is, what do you need to learn? Who do you need to go to? And then we need to access, and that is, who are the people that'll keep you strong? Who are the people that'll help bring you information? Who are the people that'll help you remember this, so you don't just make it into New Year's Eve where you say all of your resolutions and then a month from now you forget it all, right? So that is the next piece, is how do you stay strong in this? And then the middle part of this is going back to, well, if I really made some good progress on this, knowing where I am now, knowing where I want to be in my North Star, in a year to 2 years, say it in the present tense, what would have happened? What would have happened if I really made some great, and often I'll put people in a time machine where they travel into the future and get out and tell me the story of what happened, okay? So, what habits did you change? What skills did you learn? What beliefs did you change? What did you find out? Who was there? What is the transformation? That's the T in the path. The transformation. This is where your growth happens. This is where you're really learning about maybe the difference between where you are now and where you want to be. And then what you want to do from there is we bring it all together and we say, okay, so bringing this all together, what happens to happen in 3 months? What needs to happen in 6 months? All the way down to the very first step. And you can take that very first step, because remember, when you're being called to your destiny, your divine destiny, and you have a God of now involved, you can take a step right now, today. And it doesn't mean you're going to go for what you're going to take the step, the next baby step, the next baby step, the next baby step. There's a person that's been on, I'm not sure if he's still on, I believe his name is Shane, and he's created a lot of money for himself by building houses since he was 30 years old. That's the story he just told. And he didn't do that by building them all at once. He built one, he started building, he learned the next thing, he learned about financing. I'm assuming this because I've been in real estate and I know how this goes and goes for me. So that's what you do, is you start taking today the baby step, and then more is revealed, more revealed. And the thing is, if you sit back and you try to tell God this is how it's going to go, it never ever goes that way. Somebody give me an amen. Never ever. God will surprise you. God will surprise you, give you miracles, give you opportunities. People will come. You'll tell a story to me that you would never have imagined, as long as you know where you're being called. Okay? So this is where most people go wrong. They start to do the work because they want more money, or they want to get out of their job. I've already said this. Or they want, whatever they don't like. They start to do it without their vision, without their divine design. And so this path process puts it all together. It puts vision with strategy, which, by the way, those two things are like my expertise. If you have a real estate project that's stuck and you want to sell it, or you want to, make a bunch of money on it, I am so good with the strategy of turning your perspective and those kind of things. But it combines vision and strategy, your purpose, your divine calling with action, your alignment with God in this. And your calling, this is one thing that a lot of people struggle with. They hear this, let go and let God. Anybody ever hear that? I've struggled with this too. What does surrender mean? Does surrender mean I let God do it all? No. Surrender means that you understand how to blend your practicality with your calling. And that's what the path does too, as well. So, because I've done this for years and years, and it just absolutely floats my boat to help people find their joy, find their mission, find their divine design, and live the rest of their life in excitement, in joy, in surprise, because God's going to surprise you. I have decided that I'm going to put together a path weekend where I'm going to help you, whether you want to make a plan for retiring, for building a business, creating more wealth, wealth, investing in real estate, whatever that you believe is your calling, that will transform your life. And I'm going to take you through this process that I just detailed, point by point, question by question, and we're going to put it out. You can come live. If you come with me, it'll be in pictures. It'll be phenomenal. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. We will be in groups working together to support each other, to meet the other people that are there to help you get along with this. So I'm going to do this live over a weekend, and I'm also going to invite you, if you don't want to be with me, it's going to be limited spots to be with me over the weekend, very limited space and all of that. If you don't want to come and be live with me, you can be online for that same weekend. So what's going to happen during this weekend experience is you're going to absolutely discover your North Star. You're going to have a great time. You're going to clarify your values. You're going to know your purpose and just be thrilled by it. You're going to also know what's been holding you back. I used to say that. I used to pray that. I'd be like, God, I'll do the work. What is it that's in the way that I'm not seeing? Please reveal that to me, because I will take care of it. I just can't see it. So there's, if there's something holding you back from, all the happiness you want, leaving your job, having the money, whatever it is, this process will help you identify that and overcome it, know how to overcome it. You're going to meet other people. You're going to be able to know where you are today and let go of the shame and let go of all that stuff you're beating yourself with. You're going to have an entire plan, like a real roadmap, a real blueprint to follow, a very, very, very practical action plan. And almost everyone who ever goes through this path process with me ends up with more money, lots of magic, tons of miracles, and having the best time of their life. So it'll be a clear vision, a written roadmap, next steps, and confidence, because you know where you're going, all the things. So I absolutely believe that God has placed a calling in each and every one of our hearts. We may have gotten there, we may have touched on it, we may know it when we feel it, we may not. It might be why we're just uncomfortable, why we don't like Mondays. It isn't whether you have a purpose, it's whether you're willing to look into it and follow it, despite what, other people are telling you, what the world's telling you, all the things. And it actually will always give you more joy and more, it'll actually sneakily give you more money, give you more happiness, all the things. So if you want more information about my upcoming Path Weekend, whether you want to come live or you want to follow online and be part of it, just comment in the comments below, PATH, P-A-T-H. And I will make sure my team and I send you the details as they come about. We're putting it all together right now. I'm just so excited about it. I'm actually just being honest with you, because I try to be super vulnerable and honest and open here. I'm looking for the place. I'm looking for the place to hold it. So as soon as I get that shored up, it'll be about a month from now. I would love to have you come. Let's see what Shane says. BitBuy did it for cash, only loan money for the purchase of 50 acres. Oh, you did it bit by bit for cash. Good for you. Yeah. Oh, amazing. You got stuff to teach other people for sure. Paid off 50K for 50 acres. Wow, no road, no power. Did you end up building on that, Shane? I'm just so interested in this. I want to hear more about your story. Okay, if you're interested in this weekend with me and you're interested in I've unveiled this process, but certainly having someone lead you through it. You have the paper, the roadmap. It's on a big paper. It's very colorful. It's tons of fun. You're interested in meeting other people, getting the clarity, getting the opportunities, because other people will give you opportunities that are there. I want you to look at coming to this. So if you're interested in talking further, just put in PATH, P-A-T-H, and my team and I will show you get you the details. And I just want you to know, you don't hate Mondays. You think you do. It's a story you're telling yourself. But what you hate, it's not about Monday. It's about the disconnection from your true power, your calling, and from what God created you to be. All right. So if you're interested in talking further about this, put in the word path. We'll send you more information as it comes about. Thank you for being with me today. I've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Share this with somebody else that you've talked about this kind of thing. What's my purpose? What is God calling me to do? All the things. Share this with somebody else who needs it. That'll just fill my heart. Please like and subscribe. Paula Bohland, and I will be with you soon. You built a best block 48 square shed on it and sold it for $460. Love it. Okay, guys, we'll talk soon. Blessings.